thousands dead in the streets, wolves feasting on their corpses. Ruin has overtaken Skyrim, and Whiterun has gone into total lockdown. Now everyone's stuck here with no way to leave. Our one goal is to stay alive as long as possible, no matter the cost to innocent bystanders. But this won't be a given, because we're playing with survival mode, which means we have to eat, sleep, and stay warm, or our stats will suffer. And if any of our stats drop all the way to 0, that counts as dying, and the run is over. Normally, merchants restock their shops every couple days with new items. But since the city's on lockdown, no supplies are coming in, and we can only buy out each merchant's inventory one time. Along those same lines, we can only take any given item we find around the city once. So with all that in mind, how long do you think I'll survive? Post your guesses in the comments. Our clock starts at noon. Our quarantine challenge is now on. Let's talk about our first need, staying warm. In Whiterun, this one's easy. There are plenty of houses to warm up in, and the climate is temperate, so let's just mark this one off the list. Now for sleep, we could stay at the inn, but we'd have to pay for a room every night. I'm pretty sure I know a better way.
Yeah, just spam through all this text real quick. See, I don't really care about joining this group. I actually just want a bed, and I heard you got a free one. Whoa there, okay, you better be careful with that blade. I have like no clothes on. Great, so are we allowed to sleep here now? Cool. That's all we need with the companions. Companions for life, or at least until I die of hunger in a week or two.
With our own personal bed locked down, we can just crash here each night. So that means our last need is what's really going to be driving this challenge, our need to eat stuff. We need food, and with our lockdown in place, there's a limited supply of it. Our goal is to squeeze out every last bit of food this town holds. Now to get the most out of the city merchants, we need some money. We can gather free plants from around town, some of which can be made into potions, and people like to leave trash in barrels for some reason, so we can take that too.
Flowers, grab all the flowers. There's some perfectly good food just lying in these barrels. It's not marked as stealing, so it's ours now.
And since we joined the companions, we can take stuff from their house without them yelling at us. Then there's this pool outside Dragon's Reach. The fish here respawn automatically, so we're only allowed to collect them once. But we can cook them up later for multiple meals, and can grab these barnacles while we're down here.
Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense.
The court mage wants us to make a delivery to the alchemist, and I was about to swing by there anyway to get some gold from all these herbs we've been gathering.
Ah, splendid.
We brew up as many potions as we can from the ingredients we gathered, and prepare to sell them to Arcadia. And remember, we're only allowed to use each merchant once, so this is our only alchemy shopping trip for the run.
Ew, she only has like 500 gold. Alright, well I'll sell her as much as I can.
She's also selling salt and a few food items, so let's go ahead and buy those. And that's all the help we'll get from Arcadia this challenge. As night rolls around, we head up to Jorvaskr and our free bed. Day 2. My goal for today is to knock out our shopping trip to Adrienne the blacksmith. She doesn't sell any food, so we don't need to buy anything. But she will buy these weapons that we loot from Jorvaskr, giving us more gold to spend later. But first, time for a meal break. To free up inventory space, we prioritize eating heavier foods first. Adrienne also helps us out by giving us a sequence of smithing tasks.
How about you smith me an iron dagger? How about you sharpen it up? Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you will remember me when you're making Skyforged steel, huh?
Nah, I'm just gonna sell it back to you for a profit.
On day 3, we loot the food from Jorvaskr. Normally, stealing doesn't help us much in this challenge, because you can't sell stolen items to anyone in the city. But food and alcohol are the exception to this rule, since we're just gonna eat them anyway. So all the companions' food is fair game to us.
Whoa, this barrel had 3 pieces of salmon and salt in it? That's like 3 whole meals.
With our inventory full of all the companions' food, we don't need to do anything at all the next few days. Just chill here and eat. Okay, so that lasted us way longer than I expected. Turns out the companions had a lot of food, and it was enough to sustain us for 2 full weeks. Don't worry, you didn't miss much in the meantime, though we did have one rather raucous night.
Okay, brace yourself. I'm gonna drink 35 ales. And I'm still hungry.
And we did visit the inn to use the cooking station and heat up our raw foods. But now our food store has dwindled, so it's time to get back out there. Between our earlier sales and some coin we've managed to loot, we're almost up to 1,000 gold right now. And that's enough to buy out the entirety of Anorieth's inventory at the market. So that gives us a bunch of meat to cook over the next few days, and marks another merchant off our list. But we still have the gold left over to buy out Carlotta Valentia as well, procuring a variety of produce. But I quickly remember that we can't cook that raw meat we just bought without salt, and we only have one pile of salt left, so unless we can find more, some of that food may not be safe to eat. The produce helps last us another 2 days, and then it's back to the hunt. Our next big goal is buying out Hulda's food stocks at the inn, but she has a large inventory. We're gonna need more gold to afford everything. But we still haven't visited Bellathor's general goods store, so we can collect junk from around the city to sell to him. This'll mostly consist of plates, jugs, etc. from Jorrvaskr.
I'm mooching off the companions like so much this challenge. Alright, hey dude, are you interested in buying the entirety of the companions' silverware?
Between the loot from Jorrvaskr and our leftover potions, we pretty easily exchange Bellathor for all his gold. But he's also got some food on him, so we take that too. But even after taking all Bellathor's money, we're still short a few hundred gold of being able to buy out Hulda. We need a new plan. Yep, it's time to start taking stuff straight out of people's houses. We're a bit limited in where we can go because we don't have any lockpicks. But there's still a few coin purses we can get our hands on if you know where to look. Also, we can do a quick errand in the catacombs for a small payment from the local priest.
Whoa there. Well, this run almost ended in a way that would not be how I expected it to. I should heal.
Oh, thank RK!
Okay. Why is this not stealing? I'm upstairs at Dragon's Reach, and this stuff isn't marked as stealing. This guard's right here. He's totally okay with this.
So with our discovery of how easy it is to loot the palace, we switch our focus to gathering more food instead.
Yes, there's a bunch of salt in here. We can use this for cooking. I'm pretty sure this is the bedroom where the kids sleep. I don't know how the Jarl's okay with this.
So after our day of looting is done, we now have a pretty full inventory of foodstuffs. And we even managed to nab ourselves some real clothes. So let's head back to Jorrvaskr and see how long this food will last us.
What? So this is a recipe that only has vegetables in it, no salt, and restores 380 points of hunger. I'm gonna make as much of this as I can. That's crazy.
Okay, that food took us over 2 weeks to eat, and that's not even counting some vegetables I held onto.
So we've been locked in the city for over a month. I was not expecting to survive as long as this.
The last big food haul we're gonna get is from our shopping trip to the inn, but we're gonna poke around a bit for more gold before doing that.
So we have 1,500. I'm not sure if that's enough to buy her whole inventory. It should be pretty close though, I hope.
We were able to afford everything except some of the alcohol and the raw food, but we don't have enough salt to cook that anyway. Now let's take it all back and start eating.
Someone let me out of this city!
Now we've used up all our main food sources, so things are about to get, well, interesting. Money is now worthless, since we're out of merchants to buy food from, so our sole focus now is to gather, or mainly steal, as much food as we can. And so it's really just a matter of time until we slip up and the guards catch us.
What has this challenge come to when I'm stealing cheese from a temple?
The House of Clan Battleborn turns out to be one of our better finds, with a bunch of produce inside and a little bit more salt. Oh, and pastries.
Hey kid, did someone steal your sweet roll? Okay, bye. Okay, quick, grab it all. Want this too? Yes, please. Ah, great. It works like a charm.
We find even more salt as we finish looting the inn, and now we should be set for a few days longer.
Okay, so I think now I actually have used up the main sources of food available here. I'm really not sure where else to look. These houses all are locked and I don't have lockpicks.
The barracks has too many guards about for us to easily steal from, but we do have some success in the dungeon, sneaking into the guards' chambers while they're on patrol. Desperation's really sinking in now. We decide it's time to start eating raw food, even though it'll probably give us food poisoning.
And there it is. Okay, so I have an idea here. So if we can pickpocket people's house keys off them, we can use those to break into their houses. It is risky though, because the guards might catch us, and she only has a key to the stable, so that isn't helpful. If we can find a key to House Greymane, that could be huge, because they probably have a ton of food. So let's see if Yorland has a key. Okay, he does. Let's give this a try then. Come on. Yes, okay, it worked. And indeed, there's a lot of food in here. Okay, great. This worked pretty smoothly.
With the loot from House Greymane, we should be able to last a few more days. But can we possibly make it all the way to day 100? Our vision blurred from starvation. We stumble our way into the streets for what might just be our last time.
Okay, I have to get a key to someone else's house. So Amron here, I choose you. 2 for 2, okay. This surprisingly is working. And now all your produce is mine.
Next in line is Uthgerd the Unbroken.
Okay, let's give it a try here. Wow! 3 for 3. Our chances are not especially high here.
Uthgerd has a variety of produce in her house, but unfortunately no meat.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to grab Carlotta's house key here. You are watching the greatest pickpocket to ever have lived.
Carlotta's house is actually loaded. She's got a bunch of salt and even a couple leeks.
Okay, so using all the salt I just acquired, I'm able to make a bunch of soup. And I think this might be enough to hold off our hunger for a week or so. Okay, Isolde, it is your turn. How? Pickpocketing is so easy, guys. Oh, she has like close to no food here. So we might need to break into someone else's house too. So another option is taking a lockpick off a person. And if we have a lockpick, then we can use it to break into anyone's house. Oh,
You're as
okay.
good as dead.
I mean, it's about time someone catches us, like, honestly. So I'll go ahead and eat the stolen food we have, because I think after a guard arrests us, he'll take it away.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
Yeah, just take me to jail.
You're going to rot in the Dragon's Reach dungeon.
Well, I'm surprised that's our first time being arrested in this playthrough, honestly.
Now, there is one weird anomaly to talk about here. Apparently, when you serve out a jail sentence, time advances one day, but your hunger doesn't change at all. Just some quirk with survival mode, I guess. So going to jail technically is good for us, since we get more days without any hunger penalty. I don't want to abuse this, but getting arrested is pretty much our only option right now.
Alright, Heimskar, it's your turn to have your house invaded.
And there it is.
Okay, he has leeks, which we can use in soup, though his house is pretty small.
But we do have salt now, which is the key to our continued survival. Even combining it just with cabbage or tomato lets us make a soup that'll stave off our hunger for a full day. Well, we made it to day 100, but we're not stopping there. After pickpocketing a lockpick, we can break into another house and take their food. Now we've looted every building in Whiterun except one, Olava the Feeble's house.
Well, how is she the first person who catches us trying to take our house key? Just send me to
You're
jail.
going to rot in the Dragon's Reach dungeon.
Oh, hey. So this dude is dead, apparently, and he has a lockpick. Well, that's a freebie.
Now, we return at night and lockpick our way into Olava's house.
Olava's sleeping, like, right over there in the middle of the room. Gonna be very quiet. Okay, so now I truly am out of food entirely, and we're out of houses to break into. So we have to now just pickpocket the food from people, I guess. What other options do we have?
Olava just sits in front of her house most of the day. She seems like a pretty easy target.
Okay, she has a sack of flour. I'm just gonna oh, come on.
They picked.
By order of the yard, stop right there.
But going to jail just means we can advance time another day. Then we fail to pickpocket Farengar.
Oh, no, you don't.
Back to jail.
By order of the yard. Stop right there.
And also Heimskr.
So we can take people's house keys, like, with no problem, but the food is proving to be trickier.
Stay out of trouble, or pickpocket.
Oh, no, you don't.
How is it this woman is so hard to pickpocket? I feel it. The end is coming. Ah! Let's try it again.
Filthy one there.
She must keep this sack of flour, like, tied to her. It's on a rope or something. I am going to get this sack of flour. I know I'm starving, but I refuse to die.
Oh, no, you don't. Think you can...
This woman will be the end of me. Yes! 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 It's mine. Objective complete. The flower is ours. And now I can starve in peace. I really think the optimal strategy at this point is just to go to jail. It gives us a day. I'm starving, like, we're out of food. So the goal for this playthrough is now just to go to jail as many times as possible before we starve completely. This is basically now a speed run to just get sent to jail as fast as possible. Hey guard, please send me to jail. Please send me to jail now. No, wait, no, wait, no! I'm sheathing! He's supposed to arrest me, right? Is he? No, stop it! Stop it! I can't move! I'm out of stamina! What? That was not how this was supposed to end. Well, I managed not to starve to death after all.